Get on out of that student union. Put down the bagels, put down the coffee. The lecture hall doors are open. It is time for class Days for Dummies on this week as a part of Johnny Walker Month, right here on the 10th floor.
It is still Johnny Walker Month.
Yes, it will be. Every time, every date that starts with the 6th for June. This year at least. Johnny Walker Month as we continue to remember the life and the contributions of our, I don't know, our fallen General Hospital brother. I don't know what to call it.
So sad.
It is. But not to start everything off on a song.
Park needs to stop having these sad things happen. Holy smoke.
But you know, this isn't meant to be sad about it. It's meant to remember him and remember his final act.
I don't know, but I'm really starting to wonder if Prospect was built on like an old Native American graveyard or something.
It's like they got some like poltergeist stuff happening.
Yeah, the ghost of all my children has cursed them and.
How long has General Hospital been filmed there? How long has General Hospital? How long has that been there?
Shoot,
a long time, right?
Long enough for it to have its sound stage now called the General Hospital stage.
Yeah, I bet they've been there a long time.
I'm sure. I mean, Angela's going to find out because she's the professor. She is in charge of class here for Days for Dummies.
Oh, okay. This morning I'm getting ready, and your dad's watching TV in another room. You know how your daddy, he's a surfer. He's just looking at all kinds of crap and never watching anything. Right? So she's like, come here. I got something to show you. Pulls me in here. TV's on. It's the first episode of General Hospital.
Oh, you want to be a pretty girl, don't you? You want to be a pretty girl.
I said, oh, that's the You Want to Be a Pretty Girl episode.
Don't you want to be a pretty girl again?
I said, yeah, Matt and I make fun of this on the regular.
Well, it's not just us in class loading into the lecture hall here at Salem University in warm Salem, Illinois. Kelly's with us this morning. Hello, Kelly. David. Hello, David. Jeannie and Laura are here along with some others. So log into YouTube if you're not. Say hello to us in the chat. And while you're logged in, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's really that easy. Just a couple of quick clicks and a hey. And as the trend is right now for all of us YouTube broadcasters, it is my responsibility to let you know that this subscription is absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a nickel. Doesn't cost you a dime. And it means a lot to us because I like to see that number increase. So thank you so much.
Like, subscribe,
all that kind of stuff. So we haven't been on. We had a Zoom hiccup last week, so we weren't able to Days for Dummies it.
I tell you guys, I was as frustrated as if any of you were frustrated. You can times that by 20 for us.
Yeah,
it was
a pretty big letdown. So we recovered though. We're here, and we also had a quick GH catch up on Thursday of last week as well. A little Wild West Nixon Falls digital jamboree. So come and hang out with us for just a goofy night of a couple of tired hosts.
Yeah, that evening stuff, man. Even though I know for you guys, if you're on the East Coast, you're watching the slate. It's only 6 or 7 when we go on, but still, my energy level is just so different than what it is right now.
Yeah.
With my bright eyes wide open.
So, get the best of the best here on Sunday mornings. Do you have an answer, Professor Angela?
I do. So they started at Prospect in 1963 until 77, and then they jumped around a few places, and then they went back to Prospect in 1989.
So the vast majority of the time.
Wow.
Yes.
Man.
There were
so much history
12 years not at Prospect.
I think they used to do other stuff there too, like the news or some sort of headquarter thing or something. I don't know. Angela's probably got the wiki.
I think American.
There's always been something there.
Well, yeah. I mean, they have Grey's Anatomy and General Hospital are their mainstays.
Yeah.
With Station 19 as well.
And if Grey's, someday Grey's going to go up. Not going to renew someday. And hopefully Prospect ABC will put something else in there.
Or
Or
GH will just
like
expand
maybe
and
they
have
could be
more
like
space.
Universal. Maybe they're like Universal Studios and they just lease and rent out the space. Doesn't have to be Disney
Just
ABC.
give GH 2 sound stages is what I say.
Oh, I hear that.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the other program. We need to settle into the syllabus for today. For Days for
Sorry,
Dummies.
you guys, don't be jumping off because we're talking about that other damn.
Oh gosh, no, they prefer General Hospital over Days of Our Lives.
I know, right?
Sorry. So what should we talk about, you guys?
We can talk about Janelle and Janelle, yeah, Johnny and Janelle. So I'm a little. Are they still having an irradiated Hulk baby, or is this strong heartbeat saying that it's not an irradiated Hulk baby?
I'm not sure that a strong heartbeat will indicate anything other than the child is alive.
Well, that's good
and
then.
doing okay.
I mean, that's
A
good.
strong
That's good for
heartbeat
them.
is, and an irradiated Hulk baby would have a very strong heartbeat.
You're right. Okay. So we're still in the potential realm of irradiated Hulk baby.
Mm-hmm.
But Johnny has a job opportunity that he just cannot pass up.
And I think this was to accommodate his paternity leave.
Paternity leave?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Carson had a baby, remember?
Well,
he had a
didn't have
baby, right?
His
Right,
wife
And you got
had
to
a baby.
remember that they are so far behind.
What does the man need to take any time off of work for? He didn't do anything.
I'm squishing your misogynistic head.
She just pops out of that hospital bed and starts taking care of the baby. That's how we used to do it.
Tell you, when I had children, no one gave a damn if my husband had any time off.
Yeah.
That's been a recent change.
No, it's a good recent change, though.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Carson Boatman, on his, relatively recent fatherhood. But it has taken him off the show.
Days of Our Lives schedule strikes again.
How long is paternity leave, though? Is it like a month, 2 months?
No, it's usually like 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how long they get. I don't know. My brother always takes at least 4 weeks off.
So basically, they're going to go, and Johnny's going to flame out of this film real quick.
Is number 9 on the way for your brother?
Not that I know of, but
I'm expecting that announcement from your brother.
my sister, it constantly, every time I come over, she's like, there will be no pregnancy jokes. Like every time you make pregnancy jokes, I get pregnant. I'm like, I'm not sure it's the jokes that are causing it, but
There's science.
maybe this is the problem, is you don't know how this is happening.
There's science that's been in development for for a long time now.
I love your brother and sister-in-law and all them 8 youngins.
It was my 4-year-old nephew's birthday last night, so we're all over at my brother's house, and one of my sister pops out those little sparklers. We're outside and we're passing them, and of course there's me. Like everybody else, my siblings are all very laid back parents. My brother's, he should write a parenting book called "It Will Figure Itself Out." Or he says parenting, or the training wheels, you don't tighten them down all the way. You leave them a little wobbly, and that's his parenting. And I'm like, I'm like hovering over all of the little children. As soon as it's out, give Auntie that. Don't drop it on the ground because you're barefoot. And if you step on it, it's going to burn. And of course, every freaking one of them burned their fingers or burned their foot, but they're all fine.
They're kids.
Because their parents are like, you're fine. You're fine. So they're like, I'm fine.
Well, they are fine. I mean, was it third-degree burns? Did they need to go to the hospital?
Today.
Just wear socks next time.
I think I'm team your brother. Like, yeah, that hurt. Don't do that shit anymore.
You'll figure it out.
Exactly. That's the thing. Is I went over there one day and my 2 little nephews that were like 5 and 6 are playing outside. They have a little box of matches. I go, give me those. My sister-in-law's at work. I go into my brother. I go, Bobby and John were just outside playing with a box of matches. He goes, well, I couldn't let them play with them in the house. I'm like, okay, or hear me out. Let's just throw this one at the wall. We don't let them play with any matches anywhere.
Well,
you on that one.
I mean, they'll figure it out.
That could very well figure itself out.
None of them have ever died. They are, but 8 kids. The odds are doing pretty well.
So do you think this is how Johnny is going to be as a dad?
No, God no. Johnny will be,
a great dad. He's gonna be so playful and fun, full of just goofy jokes and big
Yes.
smiles.
Well, I'm sure he'll be a better dad than EJ will be a grandpa.
What if that's what turns EJ's leaf? Is the 38-year-old grandpa that he is.
Okay, well, EJ loves his child. EJ's just got a big stick up his ass because, he
He's
was
Adam
raised with
Chandler.
a
It's
big
what it is.
stick up his
Hi,
ass.
Ivara. Ivara wants to know, Angela, how many children do you have?
I have 5 children.
5.
My brother has 8. One of my sisters has 4. I have 2 sisters that don't have any. One of my my oldest brother had 4, has 4. My And then I want to say both of the other 2 have 5. Both my other 2 brothers have 5. One of them might have.
Do you want 26 grandkids?
No, I don't really want 26 grandkids. However, I'd take them.
Yeah.
None of my kids.
The current only 3 I have.
My oldest is 30. She'll be 31 this year, and none of my kids have kids. One of my younger brothers has one on the way, has a grandkid on the way, but he'll be the first one with a grandkid.
Oh.
So,
all right.
yeah.
Look at that. The family continues to grow, everybody.
Yes.
Live over on the East Coast.
I have 3 grandchildren, and the oldest one is only 10. And I swear, Matt, did you see that picture of him? That boy looks 15.
Oh, yeah. He looks now like a long spaghetti noodle.
He's 10. It's incredible how much of a teenager he looks like.
Yeah.
Maggie, not only do I take you as my wife, but I want you to know that I killed your husband.
Yes.
I loved all that.
I refuse to believe that Victor was taken down by a little man like you.
And Matt, you know what I would say watching that after he shot him. What would I say?
Shoot him again.
Yes!
Somebody revive this man.
Somebody get Dr. Rolf in here so I can kill him again.
So we can revive him and kill him again.
It just becomes 6 weeks of This Is My Mother's character. She is cast on Days of Our Lives, and it's just 6 weeks of her killing and resurrecting John Black over and over again. Because she's the villain.
Killed all the time.
Okay, fine. Chad over and over again.
And I loved Maggie. She had a wobbly moment, but I love Maggie. She went all the way through that. I loved it.
Yeah.
She has earned that golden circle placement. Oh man, I'm sad. I'm sad to see him go because he's been so fun to do here on the podcast. But I understand that for longtime Days of Our Lives fan, Constantine was not the flavor of the week, and they are glad to see him go. But hey,
it was fun. But
he had a good 10-month arc though.
Yeah, it was never going to be somebody that was on the show forever actually marrying Maggie.
Oh, I know.
I know Angela. She's the professor. She knows it all.
I do.
But I'm sorry to see him go. He was good. He was great. He was fun. It was a wonderful. If I did a montage flashback, I would have done one, but I don't think I had like that. And I would have included clips from the Breakfast Club because that was a fun discovery as well.
I know, that was such a fun discovery. I absolutely love that he was the janitor from Breakfast Club. That is so fun. They should bring his twin on.
And he's just a janitor at the school. He's at
the
prom.
is the janitor at Salem High.
Yep.
Sweeping up the confetti at the end of the prom. Tate and whatever.
Tate and Holly.
Tate and Holly are just still the only two still slow dancing on the dance floor because they can't leave the night because then they have to leave their fantasy and go back home to where they can't be together.
He's like, I don't got all night, kids.
He's just sweet spy. Just gives him a dirty look like Bob Hoskins at the end of Hook. It's just like, oh my gosh, my fun references for people who are my age group. I hope you understand them.
I actually just put Hook on I take it as a solemn responsibility to teach the future generations about the great movies.
Because they
And
don't get their own great movies.
Hook is on the playlist for
It's a great
the
movie.
nanny kids this summer. And it's so funny. My daughter says to me the other day, she's always calling me with a boyfriend, a boyfriend. Can you believe he hasn't seen this? Can you believe he hasn't seen that? And then finally with her last boyfriend, she's like, I'm starting to think the problem is me, that I have seen too many movies. I'm like, no, that is not the problem. She's like, well, of course you say that because you made me watch all those movies. I'm like, yeah, the problem is him and his parents.
Well, Hook is great. So, if you have a chance to watch it, if you haven't watched Hook, watch Hook. If you have kids in your lives who haven't seen Hook, show them Hook.
Right.
I can't think of a kid that didn't like Hook, unless they just don't like movies because they'd rather do something else.
They hate joy.
If they don't, I mean, Robin Williams painted on a slingshot. Like, you can't get any better than that. Colorful whipped cream food fights. Julia Roberts as a Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen it a few times. It was one of those VHSs that always was in there, when the kids were little.
She also had 3 kids 4 years apart or so. So,
I didn't know. My kids are all a little spaced apart.
So by the time one
Wow.
moved away from watching something, the VHS still got use because the other kid was coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, and another one that like a couple of them that really got worn out in the machine was Hook,
3 Ninjas.
Now and Then, Three Ninjas, and the last one, what would I say? Probably Sandlot.
Ah, yes, the Sandlot. See, these were all VHSs that were worn out. The DVDs didn't get worn
Killing
out.
me, Smalls.
Exactly.
You're killing me, Smalls. Yeah. Oh gosh. See, those are the moments we need with Johnny. He needs to play ball with his boy or girl, who irradiated Hulk baby, whoever it is. Hit the ball over the fence, run into James Earl Jones. These are
My
the
thing is,
days
I
of our
think that
lives.
Johnny,
I'm
as a
looking for.
filmmaker, would be the guy who says, "Let's remake Breakfast Club."
I mean,
Actually,
they
I
can.
think they should remake
They're loading out the cast here on Days of Our Lives when it comes to the youngins a little bit more. We got some friends, we've got some
Which is good.
coworkers, we got some colleagues. We have enough
And
kids now for a prom.
and it's great too because this is what summer's supposed to be on soaps.
Let's gear it up for it.
always was before.
Gear it up.
Mm-hmm.
Time for the young kids.
They always
to get
have
their
a
little
teenage
spotlight.
arc, and it's a short arc because it ends right about when school goes back in.
And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing about Days of Our Lives, because they're streaming exclusively, so they're not locked into their 11 a.m., 12 p.m., whatever it was in your local time zone broadcast when kids are at school. So what they could do is they could hook them in with these teens, take a good look at those analytics, and see if that's something that they can pull all year long, because the kids can come home from school and watch this nonsense now.
Right.
Got to think about this, producers. Always be looking at the future. Right? Don't wait for your audience to wane. All right, keep them engaged all the time.
Just want the soap opera genre to grow, not shrink.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, Kelly didn't get a chance to watch Days this week, so let's try to get into some more plot. Try to get into more reaction to stuff instead of life. You know how it is. It's early. What can I say? The brom's coming up next week, so that's what we're looking forward to. John Black. So remind us. Take us through John Black's departure, Mother. Give it to us, beat by beat, blow by blow, plus how you felt.
Well, Matt, you know how I am with remembering everything. Okay.
John Black's out of there. He said, "I'm sorry, Marlena. I gotta go. Steve's shot, and I'm sad."
He took off. He's going to Greece, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got to go to Greece and put right what once went wrong and hope that each leap is the leap home and all sorts of his superhero nonsense that John Black is falling into. So this is Drake taking some time off, taking a break. He's done it from time to time.
Maybe he'll go back to Greece and find Katerina, and she's not dead.
Oh, Katerina, you're not dead after all.
You
gotta go back to Salem and tell everybody as I continue to try to put
and
back the
meet
money
his
in
new
Afghanistan.
child that he never knew he had because he was actually in love with Katerina.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Katerina is Yes, I like that. We should do that. She comes back. She goes, "Hey, Marlena, by the way, I figured out while John went back to Greece, he's my daddy." And then Mari comes out.
You are the
Goofy,
father.
silly, dumb. Boom, 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 boom. So John's out for a little while, but that's all right. We still got Steve. We still got Kayla. We still got Marlena. We still got Maggie. We still got all of these big legends. Big, huge, long time. Kate was back around talking about how Lucas was like, "Hey, Mom, I should go back to jail because I deserve it, for the bad things that I've done." And then Harris is like, "No, you don't gotta."
No, his sentence is over now.
Done. It's finito.
Lucas is free.
Finished. You're free now, Lucas. You can live
Yes.
above this bar for the rest of your life if you want.
Yep, Lucas is free.
So does that
I'd be interesting since I've had very little exposure to Lucas. I'm interested to see what goes on.
Yeah.
I know he has a long history on the show, but a long history
does
that
that
I
mean that
don't see.
there's a plan for him?
I don't know if there's a plan for him. Who
Oh,
knows?
you're so funny. You think there's a plan.
Oh, well, I would hope that there's a plan.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, Ron
I'm
had a
kidding.
lot of time
I'm
to think about what to do when he was striking,
He
I
did,
would
and
hope.
I'm excited.
This is the
I've been
second
looking at
long-term writer strike that I've been through in my life, and each time I'm always a little bit surprised that the writers didn't spend more time thinking about what they would do when they got back to work. You know?
You
I
would
hope
think
there's a
so,
plan.
huh? You would think so, even if they're not like really trying to do that. You would think that their own just what they've been doing in the past they would just automatically just write in their head, even if they don't write.
But yeah, there's you can't help yourself but think creatively if you're a creative person. You're doing the march and you're doing the chanting, and then suddenly, Marlena's face slips into your thoughts, and then you're just starting to spin story. Don't even recognize it or realize it. That's what I do, and I'm only talking about Dungeons and Dragons games. So just imagine what level they're doing it at. Oh gosh, just what a life. I want it. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Okay,
So John's going to be in Greece for a little bit.
So he's going to be in Greece for a little bit, giving Drake his due time off. I don't think that Deidre takes time off like, your classic Jeannie Francis's and Finola Hughes. I think she's
Can you
just around.
imagine how crazy everyone in Salem would go without?
Right? They need her there. She
Marlena
can't take a
Evans,
vacation.
it would be chaos when she came back. She's barely holding it together with two hands now.
She can cure all of your mental anguish in only one 30-minute visit.
Sit down, Leo. He just needs to start getting all. Did Marlena ever have like a Sally Jesse type show? Did they ever do that on Days? Because if they didn't, they need to.
But that would be funny.
We need Marlena standing in the audience, old Oprah style.
Mm-hmm. Would she have red frame glasses on like Jesse?
I mean, she could do that. She could. It depends on how close of a ripoff you want. I'm with it though.
Well, Matt.
Yeah.
Let's step back to what we were talking about earlier a little bit.
Sure.
I don't think we really finished it. Johnny and Chanel.
Yeah, Johnny and Chanel.
So do you think Johnny and Chanel are going to be, are they going to be on the West Coast over in Seattle? Seattle is where they're supposed to go, right?
I thought it was Los Angeles for a movie, but
Oh,
West
yeah,
Coast, West Coast.
It is.
Because he's
West
a
Coast.
filmmaker.
Gotcha. So he's about to guest star in Bold and the Beautiful.
So, I mean, are they going to have, you think they're going to have Johnny and Chanel like just in LA and not on screen for a little bit? Or are they going to, like land and kind of whip it back and come back home anyway?
I think that I think what's gonna happen, depending on how long Carson Boatman wants for his time off, if it's anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks or 2 to 8 weeks or 6 to whatever it is, then it could be a significant portion of time in which he's gone. If he's gone for those full 2 months, I can see them easily saying completed film, in the timey-wimey universe that is soaps, where a day is a week and a week is a day.
And for those of you that don't know, he's taken a little time off because 7 months ago was his maternity leave.
Yeah, because
So-
he and his wife welcomed a baby into the world.
Yeah.
So
Last fall they had a child. So
Right.
with
right,
days
so
where
Carson's taking some time off, and
So he had
and as wisdom is, you don't find something for Chanel to do. You just send her off with him. If he's coming back, it's going to be a short break for both of them. And they come back fresh. She's more pregnant, more drama, yada yada.
Yeah.
Now, if it's
Yeah.
if it's brief, if he's only gone for like a month, or less, then it's possible that he goes there and completely flames out of the project because he wasn't he sort of thinking about not being a filmmaker anyway, like trying to change his
Yeah,
his course.
Yeah, because there's no opportunity in Salem. There's not very much opportunity. So
No, ever since the studios shut down.
Right. So
and since he's a DiMera, he don't really need money. Not really.
So if he goes to Hollywood and has a bad time, this isn't what I thought it would be. It's too much pressure. It's too much screaming. It's too much yelling. It's too whatever. It's not the lifestyle I expected it to be. I was just thinking about the money, the big house, but not the actual work that goes into it. Then they can come back quickly and be like, hey, what's our new direction in life? Maybe I'm going to become a special education PE teacher. I don't know.
Maybe. Do you think there's any correlation between I think what's the character's name? Felicity? The young woman,
the young girl with Downs.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if
the baby will not have Downs.
That's what I'm wondering too. I've been wondering that.
But Hulk baby don't got nothing to do with Downs.
No, that's just my joke. I don't actually expect an irradiated Hulk baby.
No, but it's just they can't.
Like we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, how radiation necessarily isn't going to introduce an extra strand of DNA that causes Down syndrome.
Exactly.
But again, it's Salem. It's not the real world. So.
But usually, a lot of times with soap operas, they'll give you a little hint of what's coming, and that's kind of seems that way to me.
I'm totally with it.
A little hint, or hit you over the head with it, like with an anvil.
Yeah.
Rebecca and Bridget,
just like with all the Abigail talk, Abigail.
Abby. Oh yeah, they overplayed that though. That was very obvious. Rebecca and Bridget both want us to know that Constantine, the actor who plays Constantine, I don't know what their name is, nor do they, because they didn't write it. Is going to be on Audition Days later on today over on Tony's show.
Yes.
So if you're an Audition Days fan, go check that out. If you're a Constantine fan, go check that out. Just if you like to watch interviews about people who run soaps, go check that out. Support the community.
Audition Days is a good time.
It is. It's a longest running Days of Our Lives podcast too, embraced by the studio itself. Tony has done some hosting on some official events for them, all sorts of different things. So it's really well tied into Days of Our Lives, much more than we are in an official capacity. And then Laura wants to know, did the writers even know what the replacement writers wrote? They filmed so far ahead, so it's not like they could have watched. I would imagine they had access to the scripts that were approved and in production, and they were able to read and review those. Did they sit and read 7 months worth of scripts? I don't know. It's possible that they just took where the current story is.
Wouldn't have to know absolute details, would they? They just
No, they could have gotten outlines. I really can't say one way or the other how informed they were. If anything, they would have had to necessarily know what is happening right now. Like I'm coming back into the office. What are our current stories and where are they at, or what are they at? Because you can see, some things have been wrapped up, other things have been moved forward. I mean, a lot of stuff has been wrapped up. Now it looks like we're leading into what I'll call the downslope of the Alex has all of Xander's money story.
Yeah.
Because Xander, responsible for the death of Constantine, shot that man as he was holding, I keep on wanting to call her Gwen.
Yeah, he had Teresa, didn't he?
Yeah, he had Teresa. Teresa in his grasp. Yeah. Of all people to
he
hold
even
hostage,
had it
too.
right. He had that gun right to her neck. At
all point. Of the people to hold hostage as well. Your partner in crime?
Right.
Anyway, so Xander saves her, shoots this man in the eye. I didn't expect it to be Xander, but then who, again, was I expecting? I don't know. John? Steve had a big hole in him, so, that wasn't going to help.
Yeah, probably wasn't going to be him, although you can't totally rule it out.
No, I can imagine old Patchy, crawling across the floor, leaving a trail of his blood on the...
You're just never going to stop calling him that, are you?
No, he wasn't serious when he said he didn't like it.
Yeah, he's doing the army crawl. He could do army crawl.
Yeah, he could do the army crawl, and then he pulls up his eye patch, and there's like another gun inside. Something.
Mr. Gadget Eyeball.
Why not? This is the Days of Our Lives I'm looking for, everybody. I know it sounds silly, because that's what I want.
Well, it's ridiculous already. So
it was me. I was the one that crashed Victor's plane. How do you feel about that revelation? I was not surprised, but I was also really happy. I don't know. I like it.
I was surprised. I don't know why I was surprised, because it makes complete sense.
We spent all of this time.
He sabotaged the plane to begin with. It makes sense. But I did not see that as a writing on the wall.
No. So, but we spent so much time with Constantine and his villainy that at this point, it's a perfect, conclusion and story point and grand revelation. If they said this, 6 weeks into Constantine being on the show, I think it would have been a different feeling for me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Since we spent so much time with him and watched him be so just damn evil. Oh, what a good strike villain. I hope he had fun.
He was. And I like that he's just gone now.
Well, as gone as you can
because
be.
Because that's okay. Yeah, but I think that, I guess as gone as you can be on days. Yes, but.
Yeah, I'm with you, Angela. I mean, it was good. It filled the time that it needed. I didn't necessarily rarely ever find it boring. I thought that they kept that plot going.
And
throughout.
he's a good actor.
Maggie.
He's a good actor. And that's great, too.
And we want that. Is he going to win an Emmy next year? Let's hope for that, huh?
You never know.
Days doesn't really win, so.
I told
Days won for guests last year.
I thought Allie Mills won last year.
Dick Van Dyke won this year.
This year.
It was 4 last year, though.
Yes, I consider that Dick Van Dyke winning an Emmy, not Days of Our Lives winning an Emmy.
To me, it wouldn't have mattered what program he was on.
He could have been on the news.
Oh, absolutely. But he also did really well. I mean, honestly, the guest category was probably the one that was every actor in that category deserved to be in it for their guest performance.
Yeah.
Which I could not say for most of the other categories.
Which is personal opinion. We don't get to decide. Not yet. Maybe one day we will.
Maybe.
Just got to get on that voting community. Get those ballots sent to our mailbox.
James does that.
I believe he does.
He does for the, I think for the creatives. Yeah.
So we just got to continue to make friends, folks, and continue to share the show with people in the industry. So, the head of Disney, the head of CBS, the one that runs Peacock, Mr. Peacock, find their email addresses for us and just go ahead and send links of your favorite shows to them. Help us out. Xander will become the new Victor, says Rebecca.
I can see that.
I love that look he had when he was talking to the portrait. Ooh.
I wonder how long it's going to take for that to come out. Are they going to drag that out for a while longer?
I don't think so because we're seeming to move things along, making room for new stuff, introducing a new family. Gabby's coming back to all sorts of different stuff are starting to branch off and go in new directions.
That if they were, because the thing is that somebody's going to have to know aside from Teresa now that Constantine's dead.
Unless Teresa has a crisis of conscience.
I don't see that happening.
I don't either.
Or she mistakenly says something in some sort of stupor.
That's possible, but I have a feeling somebody is going to show up that knows.
Jack. Who's Jack? Jack's going to be on next. Who's Jack?
Jack is not going to be the one who knows.
Who's Jack,
Jack is Abigail's mom or dad.
Okay, so Abigail's dad, and he's going to come back going, I know that Abby's alive. I can't do an impression yet because I don't know what he sounds like. Abigail's alive. We have to check the safe deposit box.
He has a much smoother voice, actually. I love Jack Devereaux is one of my favorite all-time characters on Days of Our Lives.
Okay, well,
I hope he sticks around for a minute then.
Going back. And he's a hottie. Even as he's getting older, he's still a hottie.
He's got gray hair. He's an old man. He's ancient. Okay. People with gray hair are so old.
I'm kind of looking at you going,
They're just so
I've had gray hair since I was 16, so I don't.
Earlier than that, I was probably 14 when I found my first one. I just didn't tell everybody. Xander's mom is coming. Who is Xander's mom? We don't know, right? Do we know her?
We've never met her, so she could know. Obviously, she'll know that
she would know who Victor is.
Yeah. She'll be like, really? Angelica banged him too? Wow.
Wow, how interesting. That man really got around.
Yeah.
Who plays Xander mom? Is it going to be Jennifer Coolidge? I just want Jennifer Coolidge on Days of Our Lives. Find a way. Don't think
Well-
his mother knows who his father is? Yes, Laura. So basically, she's going to come into Salem and be like, Xander, how you doing, buddy? Oh, man, I miss you so much. It looks like you're doing so well. Good job only killing for the right instead of wrong. You're a good man now. And you got a baby? Man, this baby's beautiful. Who'd you name him after? Victor? Who's Victor? Show me a picture. Xander, that's your dad.
No, because she was married to because Xander thinks his father is Victor's brother.
Right, but Victor's mom,
But he
Xander's
knows
mom is
Victor.
going to come into town and be like, no, that's your dad.
Yeah.
You named your kid after this man who's actually your dad.
I'm saying that she would have already known who Victor was, I would think, since
Unless she didn't, anything's possible.
anything's possible.
Maybe.
And maybe she doesn't, maybe she has an idea, but she doesn't know because maybe she's banging those brothers only 24 hours apart.
Yeah.
Maybe they looked a lot
It's
alike when they were
happened on
younger.
a soap opera before. And
Sure
she did
has.
raise this kid to think that the other guy was his father.
So she lied the whole time.
Or
She
they
didn't
had a
know.
paternity test done and Victor changed it because he didn't want to hurt his brother.
No. This was like 1982. There was no paternity test.
Yes, there were paternity tests in 1982. There's weren't. I don't know that there
They
was
just didn't
DNA.
discover.
Yes,
They
there
discovered
was
DNA in like 2020. What are you talking
I
about?
understand, but they still did paternity tests before. I swear to God,
Listen,
do you think that
how'd they
because
do
you're
it,
in
though, with, like, blood
California, I
type?
won't find a way to smack
No,
you?
real question. Was it like blood type or something?
Yeah, they did blood testing with blood types and stuff like that.
the little petri dish thing that you stick DNA in to see if it grows the same length or whatever to see if it matches. That's new, right? That wasn't in 1982.
No, they didn't do DNA like that in 1982, but they
So
had
right.
other paternity tests in the 80s.
I need a time
It
machine to go
wasn't
back
just
in time.
there's no way to know. We'll go with our best guess.
We gotta wait till this kid is 4 and starts to resemble his parents.
But with brothers, that wouldn't help.
That's true. Hey, Sandra. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
Yes, we
including
want to say
Sandra.
happy fathers to any days,
Carson.
to any of our Father's Day or fathers that may watch.
Or mothers who are fathers, or
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, my daughter texted me at 12:38 a.m. and said happy Father's Day because I'm both to her.
Xander and Sarah's wedding, Ivara says, is when Xander's mama will show up.
Yeah, I would think so. That would make sense.
Well, yeah, that's what Sarah's trying to get her in town for.
Named after who? I've been telling you, this whole Victoria, namesake is Victor thing is going to be the big, well, Xander, I have something to tell you. I feel like it's going to play. It has to play.
This has got to blow up in Teresa's face, though.
Oh, yeah. And
Oh, it's going to. I just don't think it's going to be from her.
She goes into hiding. She goes into the Salem hotel room, the one that everybody stays in. She gets out a costume trunk, pulls out a brown wig, puts it on, leaves the room, goes back into
uses a English accent and pretends to be Gwen.
Goes down to Hortontown Square, and people will be like, Gwen, wouldn't you come back?
Just go up to town.
Let's just go back
I
to town.
can
What's
see
Matty?
Days doing that.
Where's Matty and
That would be
Dimitri?
really funny.
I can see Days doing
Oh, don't forget
I can't
uncles in
remember.
the
Do
Father's
we
Day
know
group.
what
You're right, Kelly. Happy Father's Day to any uncles. Let's celebrate Father's Day and act like fathers.
Do we know when the wedding is?
Xander and Sarah's?
Yeah.
It's not next week. I know that.
They haven't said.
I'm not sure that they've given a specific time to expect it.
But
The
they've
next big
given us
party
the
event is the
idea that
prom.
it's not far.
It might go prom
Well,
wedding.
if Alex is going to propose to Teresa, I just have a feeling that they're going to do one of the infamous double weddings.
Oh,
Because
maybe.
people in Salem love a double wedding.
They just
With
had a
people
double
that
wedding, didn't they?
absolutely should not be getting married at the same time.
And
We
Stephanie-
already saw in the short time that Matt and I
Yeah.
have watched, we've already seen a multiple wedding.
We got a double wedding in the DeMiro living room.
Right. And before that, Gwen was in one with Leo and Xander. Well, she was marrying Xander, and Leo was marrying Chloe's dad. And both of them got blown up.
Oh boy.
So now we need to. And so the last double wedding, both couples got married. So this double wedding, we'll have to.
Teresa standing between the two grooms.
Yeah.
Which one is actually Victor's son?
Yes.
That's the one I need to.
Writes itself.
And then Shane Donovan comes in. Now, Teresa.
Will what should be the happiest day of Teresa's life turn into her worst nightmare?
As Sandra and Sarah walk away with all her money. Money that she's been claiming as herself because her dad trusted her with a very important briefcase like a dummy.
Such a
and Constantine let them know as he was dying that there was a rat in the group still.
I did not act alone.
And they mentioned that after too. What is he talking about? What was he referring to?
Oh, here we go. Rebecca says that Xander's mom is such a drunk that she didn't recall who the dad was until she sees a picture of Victor. Oh yeah, that's your dad.
Like,
I thought it was the other guy. I was confused.
You don't have a naked one of them, do you?
Not one when you
Wait, hold on. I got it better. So this is the picture. She's just looking at the picture and then she's like,
oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's right. That's it. That's it. I don't know. Even on Peacock, I'm not sure they're going to pull that move. I'm not sure they're going to pull that move. That would be good though. Angela, you do need to write for this soap, or you'd make it so spicy. Remember when the Mr.
and it's
Corday,
it's vague enough.
Yeah.
They could get it past censors, and it's on Peacock.
It just means a completely different thing for all of this now.
I was going to say that for Grandma. I can't. Different.
I remember when Corday, I think his name is Corday, the top guy. When they moved to Peacock, he's like, "Ooh, get ready for more titillating presentation." And then there was like one scene that was like, "Whoa!" And then it's been pretty much standard soap fare for me since. So yeah, let's bake that in there. Let's just like, that's the one. Just a little adult humor, a little blue humor, huh?
I would die if they did that on a soap. That has to happen now.
Ron?
That'd be so hysterical. My God.
Ron Cavalry? I know you're watching. Don't blame Shane, Teresa's dad. He was pretending to be Victor Cassadine when he made that decision. You're right. It was
a good guy, am I a bad guy? I don't know.
I got a little confused. I was living another life for a moment, and I'm sorry, Teresa. I sent you down the wrong path.
Yeah.
I'm on days. Excuse me. I got a frog in my throat. I can't get rid of it. I hope they do the same thing with Emily as when they switched her to Teresa. I want them to do the same thing when they go back to Gwen.
They could even do the same exact thing with the airport.
Mm-hmm. This time, though, train station.
Yeah, I like
Just
that.
Mix it up. Just mix it up. Helicopter
No,
pad.
Teresa's definitely fleeing the country.
You can do that.
Yeah, I would imagine she would. When the all is revealed,
then a boat,
they learn
because
how awful she is.
Is Illinois connected to Canada through water? Is it one of those Great Lakes states? I don't know geography. Gosh, what something is in here? Victor must maybe paid her to keep her mouth shut. Ooh, maybe. Where is it in here? I just read a thing that I wanted to read, and now I can't find it because I'm bad. Oh, EJ's gonna get his comeuppance soon. That's something we need to talk about. Because at the end of this week, Stefan came across a little piece of paper that has been in EJ's safe for quite some time, revealing that the daddy dude ain't EJ.
And I think that's how Gabby's getting out of jail.
Well, then you figure
EJ's
it out
going to be her
DA.
lawyer since he's not the DA anymore.
Figure it out, former DA. Go talk to Melinda and make it happen.
Well, I was going to say, EJ knows Melinda was involved.
So he can put the press on her.
Rafe suspects it, but can't prove it.
How the
EJ might be able to prove it, so he might go to Melinda and go, listen, we have a problem. I have a problem, and that makes it your problem. Let Gabby out of jail.
Well, you're going to have to figure it out.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen.
What if he goes to Paulina and he's like, Paulina, you figure it out. You let her out of jail, and I'll stop pressuring you. And then Abe
Nah.
punches him anyway because Abe is done with his SHIT. I'm with it. Now that Abe's got his memory back, I'm ready for him to punch somebody. I know that
Oh,
might
I
not
think-
necessarily be Abe's speed usually, but I'm ready for it.
I like old Abe. Great guy.
Well, you know, can you imagine old man James Reynolds just reaching, rearing back and just clocking someone? He would really put himself into it.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would. I'm totally with it. Angela's writing a book or something right now. I don't know what she's doing. She's balancing a checkbook.
No, I'm doing something else. Sorry.
Little
I'm the
side thing.
professor. I'm keeping up with the conversation. I have other. You're not my only class.
You're right. We aren't your only class. You're actually co-hosting another class on Mondays.
I'm going to be guesting for a while. I'm going to
Yes.
be filling in for Christy because she
needs some time.
taking a sabbatical.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, go a few rounds with Vinny for a few weeks.
Yeah. So
We
the
always have
permanent
fun.
replacement for now.
No, just a temp.
Temp
I'm
replacement
just,
for now.
yeah.
Angela.
Yes, I am a continuous temp. It's not going to be week by week. I'm going to be there for a while.
Until otherwise announced, essentially.
Yes, until otherwise announced. You're stuck with me on Monday nights with Vinny. I also have my Monday nights on Corinthos Coffee at the Brady Pub where we do GH and Days of Our Lives.
So Monday is just Fangela Day, really.
It really is. There is, yeah.
Kelly, I hope you're
Monday
listening
is
closely because
the
if you want
Fangela
more
Day.
Angela, that's where you can get her. As well as
who
anybody else that
doesn't?
enjoys her contributions here on the 10th floor. You can find her all over the internet, all over the soap world, really.
I
Not
am.
only on podcasts, but also at pettyprattle.com for some written out
Yes.
stuff.
And on Twitter,
And
because I have a lot of fun on Twitter.
Too much fun, some say.
Yes, but that'd be wrong.
I have Twitter.
So follow a Twitter. The Twitters are down below. So if you're watching this live on YouTube, as you can every week here on Sunday, Sandra says, Angela 24/7, Kelly screaming woohoo to the heavens.
Yeah, I'm
A
just
big
saying.
Angela Kelly is.
Hey,
So if you're watching this live, our Twitter accounts are at the bottom of the screen next to the follow us on the chalkboard. 10th floor GH is us, the main quote unquote. I don't know how to not say that, not sound egotistical and arrogant. But our mom, Matt and Kat's Twitter, 10th floor GH, and then Angela over at Brooklyn 74.
Brooklyn 74.
So you can follow us on the big on the Twix, on the Twixer.
On
you
the
know,
Twix
You can chow down on some
machine.
candy and read some live reaction to soaps as we watch, as we react, as we talk and try. Well, I try not to get drawn into arguments. Angela tries to start them.
That hurts, Matt. That hurts me. Also, if anybody can play nice, we don't care about what fandom you're in. We do a live GH watch at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day via Zoom. You are welcome to join us. I mean, it started out as a Jarly thing, but we welcome everybody as long as they can behave and play nice. You can DM me for the link, and we have fun in there too.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
told
time.
Finola Hughes that we did it, and she was like, "Oh my God, that's like when people used to watch together in college. That's so fun."
Exactly. I was
She's
going to make a
right.
reference to like getting your
It's
nails
fun
done.
to watch together.
But
'Cause we watch live and we chat during the commercials.
yeah, just old school form of watching soaps, just gathering around your friends as the TV glows upon your face and you get to take in your stories and be able to talk about them. The commercial breaks.
So meet Angela back in the quad for that.
Yeah, meet Angela back in the quad for that. Perfect, Ma. She's got the screen warmed up every day for some GH Watch.
Yes.
So follow all of that. Like this video if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you could. Search around for Petty Prattle as well and give all of those your likes and subscribes and follows as well. Because that would be awesome of you all.
Yes.
Angela, I will see you in there on Thursday, says Kelly. So I guess Kelly's going to join me for one of
Awesome,
those
Kelly.
watches.
We've
There you
missed
go.
you.
Continuing to recruit soap friends and fans. Anyway, so we're going to take a break now. We're going to log off of this thing. And at 11 a.m., we're going to come back for 10th floor, talk about General Hospital, pregnancies, downward spirals, and more.
And more.
And more. So join us for that. Is there
Have
anything
a wonderful
else?
day, everybody. And
Yeah.
if you got a dad, give him a call.
Do that in the meantime. In the meantime, between the shows, send a text, give a call, do something. Abel LaRue is on State of Mind today, so watch that, says Jeannie. Hi, Jeannie.
Oh, that's cool. I probably will watch that.
All right.
Maybe not
all
today.
Well, Kelly's going to enjoy her day off on Thursday by hanging out with Angela. You guys can too. Reach out to her on Twitter. You get that link a doodle so long as you're super kind and nice.
Yep.
That's it. We're out of here. Goodbye.
Bye,
I've been Matt.
everybody.
I'm Kat.
And I've been Angela with Matt and Kat.
And we'll see you in an hour for GH and the next week for more Days for